Hello and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you've never been. I'm Josh, and as you can see, I have no idea what I'm drawing. This is something that I do often to warm up, or just to calm my mind, or just to have fun. I scribble any lines down, no thought behind it. As you can see, I even put some numbers and letters, just as a way to kind of show you that it can be literally anything. Then once you've got it down, this can be done physically too. You draw lightly with a pencil and go in, take a look at it, flip the canvas around, see if you can find something. There's no pressure in this. It's all about exercising your imagination, drawing weird, and having fun. No pressure. As you can see there, I'm drawing some circles. I'm seeing that those kind of look like eyes, kind of got a skull-like teeth, and we're just moving on from there. It doesn't necessarily mean that the entire thing is going to be recognizable. It doesn't have to be a skull or a person or anything like that. That's really not the point of this. This exercise, which I encourage anyone to do this, is just to put down lines, scribble away, and try to find something from it. To wake up your imagination, relax. There's no pressure in this. It really is just having fun. Gives you a chance to get more familiar with tools that you're working with. Pencils, pens, digital. Yeah, like I'm using here. I'm using Clip Studio Paint on Art Tablet, digital tablet, whatever you want to call it. Wacom. How do you say that? Is it Wacom? Wacom? Anyways, Cintiq, 13-inch. I'm just going in and going over the shapes that I like when I initially scribbled down all sorts of lines. No rhyme or reason behind it. I find that if you hesitate too much, you're going to lose a bit of that flow and momentum. But once you do get going and the momentum comes, you can really start to find some interesting things going on in that chaos of lines that you started with. Yeah, as you can see, I am still scribbling along there. We're still working on finding something, still searching around, trying to find what interests us and what this drawing is going to become. Finding that weird, finding that fun. It's coming, little by little. Something I definitely recommend is to work in layers, either with pencil and paper or digitally. I'm not necessarily talking about one layer for line work, one layer for color, but one layer for your rough, another layer for more rough, and working your way to more final line work. So I'd have one layer where I'm just scribbling away, and that is really just to find something in the shapes. Second stage is to explore and come up with something that I can pull from. And then third stage on is basically trying to refine things, finding what I like and pulling from that further. So as you can see there, it's kind of changed from a skull. It's more of a, monstrous type of face. There's no plan behind it. As I'm going, I'm not thinking, no, I gotta change this because I started with it being a skull. So I have to alter it and change it back to a skull. I mean, you can if you want, but that's really not the point of this exercise, I feel. The point of this exercise is to relax, let the imagination go like I mentioned, and just go over it once, go over it again, and see what stands out. If it turns out that when you go over it again, it stands out more as, like here, it changed from a skull to more of a, an alien monster mutant face, then that's where it should go. And maybe as you go along, it becomes more of a exercise in line work or shading or working on ideas for future artworks, or just messing around and playing and not thinking and just zoning out, relaxing your brain a bit. Maybe you end up finding a new brush that you want to work with, or tool or something like that. Exercises like this where there's really no set goal that's needed. It's not an assignment. It's not a school test or a college assignment or a thesis or a client that needs you to draw a character exactly like they want. This is just you. This is just you playing around. You get to have fun. You get to relax. You get to explore. And we're moving on from there. It doesn't necessarily look like much beyond the, I don't know, I guess you call it a face. Beyond that, it's just, for me, it ended up being kind of an exploration of some techniques that I have done in the past. I'm testing out this brush, which I kind of like. It doesn't have any tapering to it. It's kind of just a set line width, but it looks very inky or markery. It's smooth. I had a lot of fun with it. It was cool to work with. I think I'm going to keep that one. And there I took off the layer previously that was blue line, so now it's just the layer that I'm working on. Yeah, I'm kind of pushing and pulling shapes. I'm working more with shading and thickening the lines. Over there I'm exploring the different shapes on the sides, which I haven't really done too much with. Trying to see if there's something from them that I might want to focus on, or if it's just going to be stuff. I don't know how else to describe that. The stuff. Whatever else you want to call it. Right there I'm putting shading around that open area, so I'm working a little bit with negative space. The hint of, I don't know if you call it like a mouth on the side there, profile mouth, to kind of echo the creature's mouth. I do another one later too where I have a bunch of teeth over by one of his eyes. Let me ask all of you, when you're drawing, just for yourself, whether it's something like this where you're just doodling, or if you're doing fan art, or an online art challenge, or an assignment, something that is something that you're really getting into, do you find that you're kind of zoning out and you find your best work is when that happens? Are you kind of surprised sometimes at the results? Especially if it veers off from your intended plan. Is that something that you enjoy, or is that something that bugs you? Whatever the case, I sincerely hope that you try something like this, that you give chaos a bit of a try and see what comes of it all. You might be surprised. Till next time, stay weird.